It's the magical Grimmace Freakout hour. Life's a bummer, don't be so sour. It's the magical Grimmace Freakout hour. It's time to start the show. Well, hello everybody. You might remember me from an ill-fated advertising campaign in the 80s. There was a clown involved and he sold hamburgers. Life was simple. But not everything works out sometimes. Especially for your dear boy Grimmace over here. So, we find ourselves many years later with an affinity for psychedelic drugs, jazz music, occasional dips into heroin, crack cocaine, loose women, and the like. Boy, sometimes I get sidetracked, thinking about the life I've lived. But stranger things have happened, I'll tell you what happened. I made a deal, a rotten deal, with that mean old Mayor McCheese. Little did I know he was in cahoots with the Hamburglar. I asked Mayor McCheese to help me out one last time. I was sick and tired of being Ronald McDonald's butt boy. Here, Grimmace, dance for a burger. I would do anything for a little bit of camera time and maybe just a day hanging out in Playland with the kiddies, It was a good day. So, I said, look, man, I heard about this thing called the internet. I says this to Mayor McCheese, He says, yeah, we're on top of it. In fact, I've got a special deal for you, Grimmace. You can be an early adopter into the new Ronald McDonald Fun Time Internet Playland. I said, well, sign me up, Long story short, it was an experimental test phase thing a la Tron, where they digitized my being, but I still existed on several versions of a physical plane, phasing in and out of realities, trapped by my own vices, devices. So basically I'm a hologram, but I'm not, because I can smell things, and I can still hear things, and I have all my memories. And this cloud you're seeing that's emanating from my saxophone that plays no tune is the fog of infinite sadness, gloom, and despair. But on rare occasions, especially with the position of certain planets, the stock exchange, lunar poles, tides, ins and outs, it becomes the smoke of infinite happiness. I can never tell. Oh, and did I mention I have an arch nemesis? The one that shall not be named. The one that lurks in the darkness, in the grizzle and the grease of all rotten enzymes, growth hormones, and polysaturated fats, trans fats. Let's just call him the Anti-Grimmace, why don't we? Oh, but that's not my mission. My mission in life, if I may be so bold, is to spread happiness to share my life's experience and to go down in history as the true mystical sage that I was designed and intended to be. If there was anything I could tell you about being a mascot for a multi-global conglomerate, is read the fine print. You understand me? Read the fine print, baby. Long story short, and to tie up any loose ends in the continuity of my backstory and the legitimacy of my mere existence, I met a gentleman named Grim Trashcan. He was an aspiring streamer. I said, like the Fry Guys, those little streams? What, you're a cheerleader or something? A candy strapper? What are you? Then he said the magic words, the internet. I said, hold on. I was digitized, mesmerized, and sent through every electronical device in the world via this internet. I had flashbacks of the betrayal of Mayor McCheese and his unholy pact with the Hamburglar. But this guy, Grim Trashcan, he seemed pretty nice, and I don't know, he really wasn't up to much, playing video games once in a while, hanging out with his buddies. So I trusted him. And now I have a safe refuge to hang out in Grim Trashcan's little humble abode here. And he lets me use this thing called the internet to dispense wisdom and advice. He's asked me a few questions, but my cryptic answers do him no good. I think he's the type that thinks he's got it all figured out. Boy, oh boy, I tell you. You know, when I think about where I've been... Oh, incoming. Those little robots freak me out. Oh, look at that there. Nothing can kill the Grimace. Thanks, Grim Trashcan. He's directing the stream right now. He's off camera, you know. He's been real busy filling out surveys from Activision and PayPal and all these companies that he uses on the regular. They want to know his thoughts. I'm like, they got the wrong guy. Don't they know that you're in cahoots with the wisest interdimensional miasmic hologram mind monkey? What am I, a purple blob of just nothingness? Oh no, here comes old Grimace again, dispensing wisdom for tips, French fry bags, and I can't tell you the rest. Boy, I tell you, when I think about all the multi-million-dollar deals that I done blown on bags of processed food, and oh, it's just a crying shame, isn't it? Yeah, nothing can kill the Grimace. It's true. Unless you're in league with a interdimensional cyber demon. Really, that's what he became. Oh, there are moments of clarity when the sad fog of delusion and paranoia disappear. But then I realize it's all one and the same. There it comes. Oh man, I knew it was coming. Look at that there. It's just a red fog today, boys and girls. Boy, oh boy, I tell you. There's some days Grimace don't even want to get out of his interdimensional space, you know. it's hard. It's hard on a Grimace sometimes, you know? It's you think you're gonna take the world by storm. You realize you're just stuck in a puddle. Yeah. Oh, as long as we can maintain this broadcast without any interruption, perhaps have a few visitors. You know, I do hear that rain, though. That rain is happening outside. It is raining. Listen to that rain. It is loud. I hear water dropping. Man, what an interesting time to be alive. Or some relevant symbiotic state of consciousness. That's what I would like to describe my existence as. I will never know what it means to be married. I will never know what it means to be happy. I look back at the golden age of my days in dealing with that clown, his french fries and nuggets of Mick. And I think about it and I think to myself, man, if I could just go back, and then I catch a whiff of this magical fog. And I breathe deep and inhale the sweet ambrosia of a constant state of regret, remorse. And then it all comes back to me. Grimmace had diabetes. You know, that ain't cool. I was doing my job and killing myself at the same time. Oh. But here we find ourselves today, existing between realities as a interdimensional hologram of sorts, dispensing wisdom, life experience tales, and having a good time. You know, I can sing, even though my saxophone don't make no sound. All it does is blow this nasty old smoke, man. See, sometimes I fade, and you can see the illustrious face of the one and only hostess with the mostest, Grim Trash Can. He likes to watch my show. He just sits there and watches my show. He's my biggest fan, you know. Man, I tell you what, it certainly is a strange time we're living in. Man, oh man. Well, unfortunately, I haven't received any new visitors today. I'm looking and Grim is whispering in my ear that we're just sitting here broadcasting for merely nobody. Like I said. Then I take a whiff of this sweet smoke. Oh my goodness. It locks up my mind and frees my brain. How is that even possible? Avoid the pitfalls of life. I don't know. Perhaps I'm a bit too ambitious. Perhaps the world isn't ready for my message, my ideas, and my perspective. I don't promote any hate, misogyny, sexism, ageism, any of these trendy buzzwords that the politically correct are so fond of. I'm just having a good time and existing, like I said so many times before, between realms, between the cosmic and the demonic, the pure and the paltry. Oh, it's gonna be a long road, they said. Don't worry, Grimmace, you'll be fine. I'd beg to differ with you, Ronald. I'll have moments of regret and doubt, but like I said, then I take a whiff of this sweet smoke. Oh my goodness. It locks up my mind and frees my brain. How is that even possible, you may ask? It locks up your mind, frees your brain, puts your consciousness in a state of pure car crashery against the ego, the id, the super ego, the spirit mind, the foremind, the aftermind. It mellows you out while taking you to new heights of anxiety at the same time. The sweet smoke of Salisbury steak flavored sadness. I've never had Salisbury steak myself, but people who have taken a whiff of this delicious, savory, sweet, smoky sadness, puffs of shame, puffs of pain, puffs of remorse, puffs of joy, puffs of pure, unadulterated mania. It's all there. It's all there. And then it just fades and disappears. Sometimes the smoke comes from different areas of my existence, of my physical representation. It leaves certain crevices and folds. Oh, to be a young man again. A young chubby baby Grimmace, man. That's where I want to be. Oh, good Lord. Can you imagine if we just merely had a time machine? But unfortunately, such things are just wishful thinking, really. Well, thank you for joining us today. If you ever watch this stream, it'll be a miracle. You know, miracles are a wonderful thing. If you think about them, you can place the title or the nomenclature of miracle to just about anything, really. But the one miracle that I recommend is the one you make for yourself. Moments of silence, broken by a fresh puff of that sickly sweet cloud. I am blessed and cursed with the saxophone that does not billow a sound. It does not make a squeak, a honk, a warble. A John Coltrane solo.